you misunderstood Let It Be song. You've heard it countless times. Maybe at a wedding, maybe at a funeral, maybe drifting from the radio on a quiet night. Let it be. Let it be. The words sound so simple, so comforting, that it's easy to think you know exactly what they mean. Most people believe it's a gentle hymn to peace, a universal plea to accept life as it comes. And while that's not wrong, it's not the full picture either. Let It Be wasn't born from abstract philosophy. It was born from a moment of personal pain, from a dream that came to Paul McCartney during one of the most turbulent periods in the Beatles' history. It's not just a song about peace. It's about finding guidance in moments of fear, holding on to something deeper when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. It was 1968, and the Beatles were not the harmonious Fab Four the world imagined. Tensions were running high. The band had just endured the exhausting sessions for the White Album, full of creative disagreements, business disputes, and personal conflicts. Their once magical chemistry was fraying under the weight of fame, money, and clashing egos. Amidst this chaos, Paul McCartney began to feel the pressure more than anyone. He was often the one trying to keep the band moving forward, even as his bandmates drifted away. John Lennon becoming more involved with Yoko Ono, George Harrison pushing for more space for his own songwriting, and Ringo Starr temporarily walking out. During this period, McCartney had a dream. In it, he saw his late mother, Mary, who had died of cancer when Paul was just 14 years old. She didn't say much, just a few words that stayed with him. It will be all right. Let it be. This dream struck him deeply. In the middle of a storm, both personal and professional, the vision of his mother was a reminder of stability, comfort, and quiet strength. Those three words, let it be, became the seed for one of the most iconic songs in music history. On the surface, Let It Be appears to be a simple ballad about acceptance, a gentle encouragement to face life's hardships with calm resignation. But beneath its tranquil melody lies a profound spiritual, emotional, and even psychological message that transcends the Beatles themselves. At its core, the song is about finding peace in surrender, not surrender in the sense of giving up, but in recognizing the limits of control and learning to trust a larger process. Whether that process is fate, divine will, or the natural flow of life. The repeated phrase, let it be, is deceptively simple, yet it works almost like a mantra. By repeating it, Paul McCartney invites the listener into a meditative state where anxiety loses its grip and clarity emerges. This meaning becomes more poignant when you consider the state of the Beatles at the time. The group was unraveling, friendships strained, business pressures mounting, and creative disagreements pulling them apart. Let It Be wasn't just a message to the public. It was Paul speaking to himself, reminding his own heart to stay calm in the storm. There's also a deeply personal layer. The figure of Mother Mary is not an abstract religious symbol, but a tender memory of Paul's late mother, Mary McCartney, who died when he was a teenager. In a dream, she told him everything would be okay, to let it be. Whether you interpret Mother Mary as Paul's mother, the Virgin Mary, or a universal motherly figure, she represents guidance in times of darkness. The message is that help and wisdom often come when you quiet your fears enough to listen. Psychologically, the song reflects acceptance therapy before it had a name, the practice of acknowledging pain without trying to control it, instead allowing it to pass through you. In this sense, Let It Be is not passive. It doesn't tell you to avoid action. Rather, it teaches discernment. Act where you can, release where you can't. Spiritually, the song bridges secular and sacred worlds. Those who are religious may hear it as a call to trust God's plan. Those who aren't can still feel its truth, that life contains moments where forcing a solution only deepens the chaos, and peace comes from letting life unfold. This universality explains why Let It Be resonates across cultures, decades, and beliefs. Perhaps the most powerful hidden meaning is this: Let It Be is not about ignoring hardship, but about choosing hope in spite of it. The times of trouble McCartney sings about are inevitable. Pain is inevitable, but despair is optional. By choosing to let it be, you acknowledge reality without letting it define you. And that, in the middle of a collapsing world, is an act of quiet rebellion. The opening line sets the tone. Times of trouble could mean anything. Personal loss, emotional hardship, or the collapse of something you've built. McCartney's Mother Mary is both his literal mother and a universal symbol of comfort. Her words of wisdom are not instructions for action, but guidance for inner peace. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me. Darkness here is both emotional and symbolic, a moment when you can't see the way forward. The image of someone standing right in front of me conveys not just comfort, but presence. It's not about solving the problem instantly. It's about not feeling alone. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. The repetition works like a mantra. Each time the phrase is sung, it feels more like a breath, a reminder to slow down and trust the process. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. Here, the scope expands from the personal to the collective. McCartney reaches beyond his own troubles to address a shared human condition: heartbreak, loss, disappointment. The belief that there will be an answer is not about instant solutions, but about patience and faith. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. This line suggests hope for reconciliation, whether between friends, lovers, or even nations. Even when distance or conflict seems final, there's always the possibility of understanding. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow. Let it be. A cloudy night blocks the stars, but not forever. The light is a metaphor for hope, guidance, or perhaps love, something that persists even when you can't fully see it. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, ending the song where it began. McCartney reinforces the cycle of life's troubles and the constant return to that message. Let it be. Music here is also symbolic, a reminder of beauty, art, and connection that can still flourish even in hardship. McCartney has often clarified that Mother Mary was indeed his mother, not a purely religious reference. In interviews, he's described the dream as a great blessing that came during one of the lowest points in his life. He also stressed that the song isn't about passivity. It's about trusting in yourself, in the people who care about you, or in something greater than yourself. Interestingly, McCartney has said that the song's openness was intentional. He wanted it to be universal, something anyone could relate to. Whether you hear it as a hymn, a message from a loved one, or simply a calming reminder, it works because it meets you where you are. Released in 1970 as the title track of Let It Be, the song became one of the Beatles' most enduring works. It was both a farewell, the last single released before the band's breakup, and a timeless message that transcended the circumstances of its creation. Over the decades, Let It Be has been sung at memorials, rallies, and intimate gatherings. It has been covered by countless artists in every genre imaginable. It's a song that means something different to everyone, but always carries that same core: hope in the face of uncertainty. For many, it's a spiritual hymn. For others, it's a personal mantra. For McCartney, it will always be a reminder of his mother's quiet wisdom, and a testament to the way music can turn grief into something that heals. Let It Be is not telling you to ignore your problems. It's telling you to face them without fear, to hold on to the light that will eventually shine again. Whether you believe that light comes from faith, family, or within yourself, the message is the same. When the night is cloudy, let it be. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting discoveries.